everyone, and welcome back to War in the Pacific Admiral's Edition. We're here on November 5th, 1943. Okay. Ooh, 2 torpedoes. Oh, he's got several of these cargo ships. I don't know where they're going, where they're coming from. I've sank so many of these ships. Obviously he's got many more. I just don't know how many. That cargo ship is sinking. See, this is one of the things that I'm not real impressed by, is how little damage we're doing here at Mole Mine, which makes me think there's really no point. I mean, since my bombardments aren't that effective, makes me hesitant to just do it real frequently. I think I'd make more progress aiming for, say, Port Blair or something. Yeah, he's having a bomb from a little bit higher because of our aircraft fire. Wow. We took out some of his Judies, with our anti-aircraft fire. He's obviously doing a concentrated effort right here near Hangzhou. Well, Chuxian. I'm starting to consider my options here. All right, so one of the things we're doing here is damaging the base so that if we get in there and beat up the fort levels, he won't be able to rebuild them immediately. The other thing is we're trying to beat up his supplies, and we're taking some out here, but I don't know each of these hits. Yeah, we lost one. Each of these hits is I don't know what kind of flak he has here, but anyway, each of these supply hits, I'm not sure what kind of supply reduction is effective or affected. this sound is. Sounds like another air unit doing something. Or maybe the sound carried over into this because it was finishing up land action and got into this. Or air? Yeah, air, sorry. Um, so it'd have been nice to get into some of these tankers, but hey, we'll take the cargo ship. And it goes down. Yeah, the trade here isn't that great, but we're gonna keep it up. Hopefully keep burning through his supplies. Ponape I'm gonna use as a base to set up some ASW air support, as well as might as well throw down some naval search as well. Hey, I thought I'd stop in here and point out a couple things. We lost 3 aircraft to flak. He lost 3 aircraft to flak. 5 to 8 ops losses. And I noticed this minor victory. We're gonna keep pushing, hoping for a major victory. We've got a couple of years, but I'd like to improve this score a lot more. And 2 Jakes, 2 Judys to flak. And then that might be over China. A Nelda flak. I do know that he lost some aircraft, presumably, or at least 1 aircraft flying over my stuff, or at least that's what it sounded like. That might have been a Judy also, doing some, let's say, naval search, and we shot it down. I don't know. Anyway, you can see that he also lost a couple zeros. Topsy, he may be flying some kind of a pickup or drop off, probably picking up troops from Monado before we get in there and beat him up. So I'd like to attack sooner than later, before he gets too much off of that base. Also, I should probably fly some kind of a long range cap over it. That way he'll maybe we can shoot down some more of his topsies. B-25, we lost 3 of them, 2 to flak. This is probably over Monado. That's unfortunate, because I'm flying at a low level because I didn't realize how much an aircraft support he had there. We lost 3 pilots killed. It could be all those B-25 crews. And then last turn, we sank at least one of these. No, we sank like 2 or 3, but I'm going to say 2, but the other one isn't showing, probably because it didn't sink right away. It took a little bit before it sank. Pardon me. And then we're 13, so that's nice. Pretty good value to sink there. Last month, sunk day. Yep, you can see all that here. And then let's look. Shoot. Yeah, here. So I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna presume he's flying stuff out, and I'm gonna start doing long range air cap here. to see if we can shoot down some of his topsies. I'm gonna do different levels, you know, like let's say 8,000 all the way up to 15, something like that. See if we can maybe even 20 with different aircraft and squadrons, and then see if we can knock out some more of these topsies. In the meantime, our troops are moving slowly. This guy got started earlier, but he's still not there. And then these guys are coming in. Okay, we'll get the motor brigade and the infantry division at the same time. The Australian is lagging because I neglected to actually tell it to go, and so he'll show up a day later. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is, and I may still wait a day. I may wait for these guys to get here. Also, now that we've beat up the base a bit, I'll probably fly and start bombing ground troops. And you can see 121 guns, so I don't know what he's got, but we're also going to bomb from a bit higher, because where I lost a lot of my aircraft was flying at 6,000. So I'm going to try 8, and we're still going to go, and we're going to do ground attack, and yeah. Uh, Actually, I kind of want to try something. Maybe we'll stand down. Because one thought I have is I don't want him to know we're long range capping this. We can long range cap this and let him lose some topsies, hopefully, and then we can and then we'll bomb tomorrow. And he won't, and he hopefully he doesn't know what we're up to. Anyway, I'm just sitting here staring at this, but I'm about to let's get this filled out, and I actually don't see any losses of B-20. Well, there's one pilot lost here. So we lost some pilots somewhere else, or maybe we had reserve pilots, I can't say. But also I was thinking about something else here. Earlier. We don't have a lot of these bombers trained for ground bombing, and I'm trying to push my bombers toward the front. So what I'm going to start doing, I think, is setting up my some rear formations, like bombers I may have way back here somewhere. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time looking, but say Maroc, I'm gonna have these guys shift gears and train new pilots, because I need to have reserve pilots, because I'm gonna probably lose even more as we push into the interior of Japanese Empire. Well, anyway, I'm gonna move on to the 6th of November here in a second, and we'll see you there. Okay, it's November 6th, 1943. Let's see how we do. All right, Dutch sub, you gotta hit those. Or we can wait till it gets to this theater by our American subs. See if they're not sure if this sinks, but we'll continue on. So it sounds like we did get it. Here's a patrol boat that we hit with the torpedo up by Chichijima. Wow. I'm surprised that didn't immediately sink. It's possible that survives, because it's possible that it sneaks into Chichijima and he disbands it and repairs it. Well, it looks like we possibly destroyed a Mavis. So we should have some fresh pilots there flying over Thailand. I'm kind of curious. We've got some long-range cat flying over Manado. I'm intrigued by the idea that we might be able to shoot down some of his transport aircraft. We'll find out. 50 Helens and only 3 damage hits. But let's see. Is he flying out? No, he's not. So I'm not sure because we've got some that flag in here. Just surprised we're not getting more damage. That's all. That's pretty good. Oh wow, got some activity over by Yap. Some cancellations. It's possible that it's mostly recon cancellations, but I think we had pretty good success with our bombing there in Thailand. Yeah, that's some decent bombardment. We're just gonna keep we're gonna keep hitting that. All right, we're gonna wrap all this up and take a look around the map and see, point out some things, but probably be brief. There's not a lot to talk about right now. So I heard some feedback from people, from comments on the channel that indicates it's more ideal to go through the Pacific. And I like that idea. It is wise to keep my carriers in range of action wherever it may show up. Even if it doesn't show up the whole way across, it gives me flexibility. If it's in off-map boxes, it's literally out of action. I literally can't react to anything. And I may even I did think of this before the comments. I did think of doing a raid on the Marianas to kind of show uh, intention there. Um, I'll think about that. So basically, we're gonna just repair up. We're almost to San Francisco. We're close enough. I'm just gonna go there, refuel, repair, have all my ships basically clean off all the barnacles and um, repaint, do some camouflage update, and all that good stuff. Then we'll head over to Pearl, and from Pearl we'll make our way to either the Marianas or just straight to the Dutch East Indies, from where we can either make a solid push up to Mindanao, or which I am also wanting to do, or and maybe we'll do that and then go harass the Japanese in Burma, the Burmese theater. Anyway, let's talk about some things here. I'm going to start with the losses here. One loss to seven. All right. That's rare for us to have 8,000 sorties. Now, this includes Soviet aircraft as well, but still. Um, five Sallies. I guess they do get beat up by that flak. Nell, you can see that. The Mavis is showing here as a loss. Now this is maybe one of these Sally. Maybe this is one too many Sally. I don't know. And then we lost the Skytrain, of course. What else? Did we lose the pilot? No. Ship sunk. I don't know what it'll show us. Nothing. Um, and yeah, we're just not seeing um, some of our kills there with our subs. Okay. Still saying minor victory. You could see the variance there. Still pushing to get these numbers for us up and his down. Let's talk about things that we can talk about. So yeah, the carriers will come here, and at Pearl I can decide, are we going kind of a north or west northwest and raid maybe Saipan Tinian, hit the air base as well as the ports. Here's some activity at Yap. Or do we circle around south of, circle around here? Now we could raid this and then go through here, raiding like along as we go, and then come to Darwin for yeah, that's a thought. We've if it's possible. We've got a lot of subs, so we'll see, but it's possible that he could lurk out here for us and also have land-based air uh, looking out for us as well. We are in here, and I would like to wait until our other division is here, but we can bombard and see what he's got. We've got decent artillery here, so that's fine. This motor brigade, not so much. Only 12 of these 25 pounders. And I hesitate. I mean, these mortars might want to fire, which means we get in close, take, counter battery fire. I certainly don't need to be getting close with this unit to bombard, so we'll just stay on defend with that. And that reminds me, let's switch this to combat, please. All right, we'll be there. I'm going to hit this combat. We'll slide right in there with only 4 miles to go. And 45 plus 25 pounders. And now in fact, that's what I was. So back to the air losses. I don't suppose. See Topsy's 113, but he lost none today. I was hoping we could cap this and maybe shoot down some of his Topsies, but apparently he's not flying operationally here, or if he is, somehow he got through our long range cap. But we're gonna bomb this as well as bombard. It's okay that he knows that, and it looks like our oh okay, we've got more to unload here. So as a result, we'll keep these ships here. But this one finished unloading. I'm probably going to. This is pretty fast for being damaged, but I'm gonna detach it because there's no point in it being there getting thrashed or slowing down the party. Uh, it ran aground, I believe, is what the notification said, and took all that damage from running aground. This ship is 8,000. Let's go to Sydney to repair it. And I'm not going to escort it. It'll get there if it gets there. Um, I don't know. It is worth 29. All right. So we can. Yeah, let's do this. We're going to merge it. And what I'll do is is it they're going to have an issue with fuel. This has a lot of fuel, but it may or may not have enough for all those sub chasers. So we can do we can kind of stop on the way and get fueled up. So let's say at Townsville, we'll top off the tank. All right, and that's that. So now what's our speed? Oops. Yeah, we're a little bit faster. Not a ton faster, but some. I'd like to come here, pick up this 7th Australian Division. It may be overkill. Maybe by the time we get there, I've done an assault and we've captured the base. I don't know. But my bombardment will kind of give us an idea of what's here. Okay, I kind of have covered this now semi-exhaustively, but let's back up here to the Central Pacific because now that I've basically recovered all my amphibious vessels, I believe, and I think we can start thinking about uh, what you take that and then take my lower lap and then yeah. I am bringing over fast transports to a fast transport task force here so we can load up and start taking these dot bases. All right. And then this is what I was going to talk about. I was flying over this yesterday and it showed, these ships were gone, but it's quite possible that they just our recons and naval search did not spot them. But now we can see them here again. Um, I'm going to focus on this for now. We're going to bomb this with our medium and heavy bombers. We should be crossing into this hex this turn with some of these at least. That's what my hope is, and maybe a couple of these brigades. Hopefully, all the ones that say 42 to 40 and 43. But if it's only this one that's at 43, that's going to run into a stone wall and bear the brunt of this shock assault. But it is what it is. I'm not going to pause it now, and we are going to bomb it so heavily this turn that they may be depleted enough to that we can defeat them pretty well. Because again, I want to push on to Rahang, and if I need to, I'll basically what I should do is move all these to here, northeast of Rahang, because then he has to block both. Although with the road, he could move a lot quicker back and forth. Um, and that could be okay. I might try to sneak in some Chindits or something here and kind of at least it blocks this, and then maybe get in to these roads here. Block any supply going up this road, either this road, or this dirt road. Anyway, you can kind of see the strategic situation here. Supply situation. We have 5,000. We're okay. Still okay. But the point is, I don't know where his CVEs, if he still has light carriers here or anywhere along this, I have no idea. My naval search is not giving me that information. And maybe I need longer range naval search, I don't know. But you can kind of see I'm doing ASW out to here and hope because I'm hoping to destroy these subs that are pestering me. Like this one at Port Blair would be nice, but alas, I haven't seen a strike out at that. Um, I don't. Okay, so the Provisional Tank Brigade is hauling down the interstate here. No, this is back roads, but trying to get down here to give myself a bit more armor in the theater. What is this supposed to be? M5s? So technically, I have this turned on to upgrade allowed because technically we could get M5s in here. Um, I don't even know if we have very many M5s, to be frank. M5. See, we only have 19. Okay, Grant Lee, I'm not sure where I'm at with some of this stuff. Well, I think the Grant Lee is American. I don't know. But then we go to the Chinese theater and we see more or less the situation is static. He is retreating from here. Okay, yeah, this road, I forgot this was a road all the way across. That's why he moved so quickly from here to here. But it also means I could move quickly into this place and all over again and keep annoying him. And I don't know if his goal is to move to a different, like, I mean, if I were him, I'd probably slide up here and mark, well, this is a lot of stuff, and he probably can see how much I have here. But he may be just, I don't know what he's going to do. We'll just keep our eyes open. I've got troops moving northeast here. They're about halfway across the river, and then we can start harassing him behind the lines here. Well, there's not much more to talk about, or there's not really no more in my mind that I wanted to discuss. I do sometimes like to look at where we're at with our new airframes. And if we go to the October and November, we could see that we have a few things, especially these torpedo bombers. Now we haven't used these very often or and lost, so therefore we haven't lost very many. But yeah, I wouldn't mind putting these out on my carriers. All right, I'm gonna end it here, but we'll come back on the 7th and see how it goes. But as just a recap of what I said just a moment ago, we're gonna bring the carriers westward, as was very aptly suggested, and we'll see how it goes. But here we go at Monado. The campaign to secure Monado, it has begun. We'll see you next time.